Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly, Uncensored.
Welcome to Miguel and Holly, Uncensored. It is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We stream it live around 10:30 on the Miguel and Holly Facebook page, on the Miguel and Holly YouTube channel. Make sure to rate and review us, please. We're on our way to 500 reviews on Apple Podcasts. So if you have an Apple Pod, if you listen on Apple, please leave a review there. I'd greatly appreciate it. And check out our other podcasts like Miguel and Holly Full Show. It's our entire show. No commercials, no music. Yeah. So give us a listen there. And also we have a Miguel and Holly fam / Platypus Posse Facebook group as well. Yeah. Where you can discuss things that you hear on the show. All right. There are a couple things I want to get to today. We're going to try to move expeditiously through the podcast because we have some meetings after this. Producer Kelvin is on a mission to make us the most unliked morning show in our building.
What?
That's not accurate.
So for you in the Miguel and Holly fam, Platypus Posse that are in Charlotte, Holly splits her time between here in Charlotte and in Florida.
Yes.
So tomorrow there's a little celebration here in Charlotte, in the Charlotte studio. So Holly, you'll be here because you're coming to Charlotte today.
I know. I never get to do any of the Charlotte stuff. And like the Tampa people don't do that many celebrations like the Charlotte people do. And when they do, it's after I've left the building. So
right.
I miss out on all celebrations. But I was like, I'm going to be in town for this one. I don't even know what it's for, but I'm mazel tov.
Well, not to give anything away, not that any of them listen to this, but we are celebrating several different people. And so today, our office manager, Miss Bobby, she, secretly goes, all right, sign this card for this person's thing and this person's celebration.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm signing it. One of these people, they're celebrating their long anniversary working with iHeartRadio.
That makes sense.
Right.
I look down at what producer Kelvin has written in the card. It says, happy anniversary. You started in 1993? My birth year. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my God.
Didn't say it like that or write it, but.
Well, I took a screenshot of it.
Oh, good. We'll get to see it.
I actually said Happy Annie.
Happy Annie.
That is anniversary.
You started in 1993?
Not an exclamation and a question mark.
It's not even correct English, but I was like, yeah, you start. This is how I read it in my head.
Okay,
Happy Annie. You started in 1993? My birth year. Ha ha ha.
No.
And then I wrote more after, but
even that is awful. 0 out of 10. Even that version, not even the version I had read, because I'm gonna read everything terribly in my head.
Should I get the? I already whited it out twice.
Did you white out that part?
No.
What the hell did you white out?
I wrote, oh my God, I hope to have half as long as a career as you. And then I was like, maybe that's not good.
Why are you such a shady bitch?
So then I whited it out and I was like, I forgot what I wrote, to be quite honest. But I know I wrote something even nicer after. So.
And then you whited that out?
No. I left it. As
What?
is. I'm going to go, I'm gonna go up to him.
One day you're going to be old and you are going to get it bad from a Gen Alpha. And it's going to be savage.
It's going to be an alien, so it's fine.
That's
Happy good. Annie, you started in 93. My birth year.
This is how I read it. Happy Annie, you started in 93? My birth year?
Well, I showed it to Miss Bobby, and Miss Bobby thought it was funny.
No, I'm sorry, you're Miss Bobby's pet. You are?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't gonna point that out, but you are Miss Bobby's pet, so of course she thought it was funny.
But she was like, oh, there are younger people in here than you. And I was like,
see? It starts. And
like, I say this because I'm sensitive to it now. Like, I used to be the young whippersnapper in radio when I would tell people my birth year. Like, I remember sitting around the lunch table with Dave and Kahuna and all them, and they were like, oh, remember when that record came out in 81? please, I understand you're going to judge me right now. Remember that record came out in 81? I'd be like, oh my God, I was born in 82. And they were like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, I don't know. And now all these people that are born in like 2004 and they're like, oh no, man, it just don't have that riz. And I'm like, you were born the year I graduated college. So can you sit down? Like, it's a very...
And it's just so crazy how quickly it happens.
The
how
passage
it's like
of time is bizarre.
It is, because you feel like I still in a lot of instances feel like I'm 26 in this industry, and that I'm like, I don't know. But then like when I'm in a meeting and they're like, hey Miguel, what do you think? 15 years ago, I'd have been like, I don't know. Now I'm like, okay, so here's what we need to do. Thanks for asking me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
But then at the same time, you have like these people that are like, oh my God, I've been listening to you since I was in middle school. Now I'm married with 4 kids,
yes.
and I'm on my way to having a very full 401k.
I know. And I'm like, sit down and tell me about your time. Do you have any aspirin for my arthritis? It's so weird. And I can only imagine it gets weirder as you get older. So,
well, I think that's what I just read an article about Keith Richards, like who he's from the Rolling Stone. I mean, he's like been on every drug possible.
Yes.
And he was just like, the fact that I'm still walking, and I think he's turning 80.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm still coming to grips and I'm about to be an 80-year-old person. And it just doesn't feel like that inside of your mind.
I don't think it can.
Right.
And that's what I was having this conversation with somebody. Was it one of you guys? I don't know. Where I was like, sometimes I see on Facebook mostly people that I went to high school with, and it runs the gamut. So sometimes I see people that I went to high school with and I'm like, oh God.
Ooh.
Life been rough on you? Or
It's been hard.
It's been rough. And then sometimes I see people from high school and I'm like, oh, they're getting older. But when I look in the mirror, for the most part, like sometimes when I see photos and I'm like, oh God, what are those wrinkles? That's why I'm getting Botox later today. But mostly when I see myself, I'm like, I don't think I look that old. And I'm like, I think that's what everyone thinks about themselves. I think everyone thinks about themselves that they don't look that old, because it's your brain plays a trick on you, because humans don't really accept that we're any type of age or whatever, because like you just said, Miguel, it just feels like it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And I think that's just the weird part about getting older, is just looking, because you see yourself daily and you don't feel like, oh, I'm getting older. But then when you look at pictures of yourself and you're like, all right. But I think at least for me, because with every picture, I've lost weight, I've gained weight, I've lost weight, I've gained weight, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. And so like, I feel like my face just looks the same. So it just like, I'm like, okay, here. But then like when you start to look at my facial hair, and that's to me is the interesting part of like when we started in Tampa in 2015, I had no grays.
No, you were a baby. You look like a baby.
Looks in like now it looks like I was dyeing my hair. It doesn't look real. And now I'm like, ooh, you can just see through the years.
I want to say it was maybe a few years ago when I feel like you started to look like an adult.
Right.
Like I could tell that. And it's more obvious in men. Absolutely more obvious in men. And obviously there's a lot of different reasons why women don't have that sort of thing, because we're told we shouldn't. But you can almost always tell when a man crosses into his adult era.
Right.
It just is like, you're like, oh, that's what you're gonna that welcome. I see you now. I see you as an adult. It just takes people a long time. Like our old producer Scotty DeBody, when we first started working with him, I'm like, this little boy is not even in his adult era yet. Like he was an adult by like legal standards or whatever. But I feel like it happens maybe around, and it's happening maybe a little later now, maybe somewhere between the ages of 26 and 28.
Yeah.
For men, when you finally look like what you're going to look like.
I feel like when the stress of life hits you and it settles in on your soul and your body's like,
forehead.
I'm a man.
You just fill out.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just
You look like a man.
I feel it on my lower back. Like, and that's not like the whole joke of like, oh my God, my back hurts. Like, no, legit. I have some lower back pain when I'm like doing some things. I think also I was moving last week, so I probably felt it a little more intensely. But I don't know. I don't ever remember having that sort of pain. So pain is definitely new.
Get ready.
Yeah, it just keeps coming.
And you're just 30, girl. You got a long way to go.
I know. When people are like, when that 30 hits, and I'm like, 40 also. Big threshold. 40s.
All right. We got to make a phone call real quick.
Oh.
We're calling someone.
Special guest.
Especially since they didn't answer my text, but they said hi in the comments.
Wow.
I see her. She's saying hi to everybody, too.
Calling it out.
She's just like, hey, good morning, everyone. Oh, what about my text?
Maybe she missed it.
You gonna pick up the file? Mom, pick up the file.
Come on now.
Not again with the damn questions.
Wait, hold on. Here she is calling back.
Okay.
Mom.
I said hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, turn your computer down, Mom.
I said hello. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna turn that
She's
computer.
watching the Facebook Live. Mom, how are you
Hey,
doing this
y'all.
morning?
I'm sleeping. How are y'all?
Ooh, nice.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Jealous.
Good.
What have you been doing so far this morning, Mom?
Calvin, why are you jealous?
Because I'd like to be sleeping. Isn't that what you said you were doing?
Well, I'm not sleeping. I'm working.
Oh, I heard sleeping.
Oh, no, she's sleepy.
No.
Oh, okay.
Wake up, Calvin.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mom, there is this little stat that I came across today that I wanted to read to you and just sort of get your reaction. Because, you know, every day, Mom, we go through lots of material that's called prep on, you know, outside of our personal lives, just other little fun tidbits around Charlotte, around the world, pop culture that we do, that we can bring to the table to talk about and discuss. And I thought that this was very pertinent to you because I am always looking out for your health and your well-being and wanting you to be safe. Does that make sense? Okay, here we go.
Miguel has a face on, Miss Angela, just so you know.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm just, I want my mom to be careful, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
This is coming from Health Magazine from yesterday. For the sake of your health.
I'm sorry.
I know. I feel it too. I know. I'm about to know. I know. Okay.
Feel it coming on.
Listen, for the sake of your health, don't wash your meat. Many people think.
Oh, now don't even come with that bullshit. Hey, Randy. Good morning, Randy. I see you on here.
Listen, hold on, Mom.
She's
Listen.
like, I'm gonna next.
Okay.
She's still saying hi to
Listen,
everybody.
Next.
focus. Listen.
Yeah.
Many people think they should rinse meat, chicken, and fish before cooking, but the latest food safety guidelines strongly advise against it. Running water sprays bacteria and other contaminants off the meat and across sinks and countertops, and besides, it's unnecessary. Any bacteria present on raw meat will be destroyed during cooking.
Yeah.
Mother, would you like to respond to Health Magazine?
Fuck Health Magazine. That's bullshit. That's why you have Clorox wipes. So you can wipe the surface down after you clean it.
But the bacteria that's on the chicken.
I don't care what they say. I'm 65 years old. I have been washing chicken ever since I've been cooking. Chicken, I even rinse off my hot dogs. If I eat hot dogs or sausage, I rinse that off before I cook it.
But Mom,
the only thing I don't rinse is ground beef.
Thank
Well,
God.
That's because I can't. That's why you're so healthy. That's why you have asthma now and sinus problems and all that.
You're not washing your meat.
Exactly. I don't have no asthma or sinus. Next question.
She said, sit down. Shut
Next.
up. Next.
Thanks.
You got anything else, Miguel?
No, that's it. I just wanted to.
Oh.
I saw that come across my prep this morning, and so Holly, in larger
I
screen.
know you thought about me, didn't you?
I did when
No,
I
it's
saw
not
that.
fine.
When I saw that this morning, I said we are just going to just talk it out, and I just wanted to get your response from Health Magazine.
Well, I want to point something out too, because two things. Number one, when I make chicken soup, I make my mom's recipe. She had, and I'm so glad I had her do this years ago. She wrote down the recipes that like her most beloved ones or whatever. So I've got her little cookbook and I make the chicken soup. And the first part of the directions, especially like the entire ass pot of chicken soup, there's a quick version too, but the one she's like, get a whole chicken, wash the chicken.
Oh my
It says it in the directions. Wash the
it, and
chicken.
then you boil it.
Yeah,
before
well, that's what you boil. You boil it in the pot of the water because that's the
Right.
chicken soup. But anyway, so
No, you boil it and you got to pour that off.
Oh,
you got to skim. You got to skim off all of the stuff on the top too.
Right. You got to take all the guts and nasties out, and then put it in the pot, let it boil, pour that off, because you got a lot of blood in there that's boiled up to the top. Pour that off, and then you put it in some more water, and if you got some more gooey on top, pour that off until it's clear, till the water is clear.
That's a lot
Then
of
you
steps.
cook your chicken.
Well, my mom didn't do all that, but she did wash the chicken and she did take all the stuff out and she did take all those innards out before she did. Anyway, so I'm on your side. And second point, I made salmon for dinner late last week and I rinsed the bitches off.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm coming to Holly's house and eat.
Okay. Come on. You know it's clean.
All right, that's okay, Mom. I just wanted to get your reaction to that. We got to run because we got a quick podcast today, but I just wanted to get your reaction. Thank you so much.
All right. Y'all guys have a good day. Love y'all.
You too. Love you too, Mom.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
That's so funny. I think about you all the time, Miguel, when I rinse my meat.
Save
And
that.
I yell at myself because I'm like, it's not good. I literally, when I'm washing the salmon, I was like, this is fine. Like, I don't know. I'm not cooking that fish without rinsing it first. It feels slimy.
Bacteria gets burned off once you cook it.
How much bacteria is on it? I'm not rinsing it for the bacteria. I'm rinsing it to get it nice and clean. Like, just nice and rinsed off.
Contaminate the rest of the kitchen. That's fine.
I mean, like she says, with Clorox wipes. Wipe it down. Are you not wiping your sinks afterwards anyway? Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you always want to make it as safe as possible. Okay, just
Anyway,
let's do a quick game of Would You Rather before we
Go ahead.
head out.
I like it.
Oh, wait, do I normally play that?
No, but I do like that music.
Would you rather? Would you rather? Would you? You rather? Would you? Would you rather? Would you? Would you rather? Would you?
And post.
Hey, really quick before we do this, I was wondering, you remember what our consultant said yesterday about conversational topics on air?
Mm-hmm.
We should just be like, hey, would you rather? And then just talk about it. We should do this on air probably.
Okay.
I would be so scared.
Well,
You know,
obviously.
actually,
not
this
the,
is-
not
depends
the
on the
net
question.
dirty one. Not the dirty
Right.
ones.
Well, the where I get these
Obviously.
from, they're never like, would you rather? Let me
No. They're not dirty.
Don't let it
They're
come
not
from
dirty.
my mind.
Yes.
No.
Would you rather?
Anyway, it crossed my mind. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm this is behind the scenes, but we have consultants that help us out. And one of the things that they're working with us on, and this makes sense, is not being so announcery when it's just Holly and I, and to be more conversational. But I think
Also with our topics, like
Right.
do less bits and just talk.
right.
In under 3 minutes and 30.
Well, yeah,
seconds,
that.
Right.
So just
Right.
shut up about it, but also talk.
But that's what okay, you know what? Let's practice. let's practice. Like this is us on air.
No, it's not fun.
And we're
Facts.
wait. Okay, no, I'm gonna enter. Okay, we're gonna just do this like
God.
normal.
Like,
I'm just gonna see how long it takes us to get through it to
like
see.
normal on air or like normal podcast.
No, like on air, just for
Oh.
one of them, just so we can
Okay.
see. Okay.
Okay, got
Okay.
it.
Okay,
I
but
will have
remember,
my timer going
okay,
then, like I do on the air.
but remember when we do it on air, like Kelvin, I have to say your name before you talk. Okay, so you can't
Right.
just say stuff. So we're gonna pretend like this is on air. Okay.
Okay.
It's not.
Wait, do I start my timer now?
Wait. Okay, wait. Hold on.
Miguel and Holly.
That's it. Wait, hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna hit my timer and Holly, I want to try something new. A little game of Would You Rather?
Yes.
Would you rather?
I'm so excited.
All right, you can play along too. You can always text on Would You Rather. Text hits and what you think or what would you do to 96893. Here's the first one.
Okay.
Would you rather be so afraid of heights that you can't go to the second floor of a building, or be so afraid of the sun that you can only leave the house on rainy days?
Oh, geez.
Okay, would you rather be so afraid of heights that you can't go to the second floor of a building, or be so afraid of the sun that you can only leave the house on rainy days?
I mean, I guess second floor of the building. Wait, no. I want to be able to leave the house other than rainy days. So I would have to choose I'd rather be afraid of the second floor. But that really complicates matters because I actually have a second floor in my home. So what am I supposed to do to get up there?
And we're on the third floor of our building.
At work.
So
Y'all just have to make me a cubby down on the first floor. But that's the thing. I couldn't go to work if it's sunny outside anyway. So like, how do you even get around life? What about you, Miguel?
Ooh, I guess we'd have to live in ranch style houses because there would be no way. Well, no, I need the sun. I need the sun. So it would have to be the second floor of a building.
Okay.
See, you know what? No, stop it. No, this is
Okay, stop it. No, we made
No.
it to a minute 35.
no. See, but this is the problem.
You just went like 10 seconds on the air.
10 seconds.
I was like, you would not do
I
this
was
on the air.
like-
You would not. All right.
No, but see, that's the problem with, and maybe what we'd have to do is we would have to look at the question
You would
beforehand.
have to know in advance. There's
Right.
no way
Yeah.
to, because I just talked it out for like 30 entire seconds. Like, you
Right.
can't
And
do
I didn't
that.
even understand what I was reading. I just like got it up and I was like, wait, what did I just read? I don't even know what the fuck I
You
would
know
pick.
what? Never mind. That
No.
was a failed experiment.
No. We're going to try it one day, but we're
Rework
going to, I'm going to tell you all the question beforehand. And then so you have time to think it out, but then I still want to hear what your thoughts are behind why you picked what you picked. Because I think that's the interesting part about Would You Rather
Yes.
is to hear your thought process behind it.
Maybe what we could do is toss out the would you rather at like an 8-10. Hey, would you rather second floor or da-da-da-da? Text, call, blah, blah. And then we have people call in and give their answers. That way, when the segment actually hits,
We've thought it out.
we have calls ready and we all say what we want.
So here's what we'll do. We'll try it tomorrow morning at 6:40. We'll
Work.
try it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll throw it out after the 6:25. So we have
Wait,
time.
do we have something for 6:40 tomorrow?
No, we don't.
Oh, well, then might as well do this.
Let's do it. We're going to do it tomorrow. So if
Oh,
y'all want to
geez.
see the train wreck.
It'll be my fault if it doesn't work. Just so we're all clear. Just so we're all.
I love it. Okay, so now that we have a second to think about it, let me look at what I read.
Yeah, what is it?
Would you rather be so afraid of heights that you can't go to the second floor of a building, or be so afraid of the sun that you can only leave the house on rainy days? I would say be afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Because I can't not. I mean, the past 2 days has been kind of gray, and yesterday I started to feel a little bit of the
fingers of
seasonal
seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, I was like, nope, I'm not ready. Actually, it was funny because I brought that up I had a therapy appointment yesterday. And as I was like talking and I was looking out and I was like, by the way, this may come up a lot in the next few weeks because I can see it already starting that's going to be a thing that I need to work through. Holly?
Mm-hmm. Oh, same answer. I would not want to. I'm the same as you. I How would you live without going out of your house? Especially, I'm sorry, like my main residence is in Florida,
Right.
so I'm not leaving my house
Right.
without that, with the exception of like 10
Hurricane.
days a year in a hurricane. Like that's just not feasible for me.
Yeah,
to
you'd
do,
have to
so
move to Seattle.
I would.
Well, that's
I
what
would have to.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, unless you're living in Seattle, and like this might sound a little bougie, so I'm sorry, but like if you live in London, it's always raining there.
If you live in London,
I just feel like I'm living in a first floor apartment right now, and I hate it. I hate it. Like, people are walking their dogs. My windows are open, and sometimes they look in, not like intentionally, but they like we randomly lock eyes.
You look.
And so I don't. I'm not a big fan of that. But if I lived in a city like London or Seattle, where it rains all the time, then this wouldn't really be such a huge issue.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
Devil's
that's a
advocate.
good perspective, though.
Devil's advocate. I think I probably would pick the first one too.
Yeah, because even like when I had like my townhouse, it was 3 stories, but like there's just something about being an apartment and being like up where you just feel a little bit more protected.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Even though someone can still break in and get you and kill you, but it's fine.
Not if you're on the 5th, 10th floor. I'm just kidding. Where am I?
Wait, what did you say? I missed. I was just copying over the next one. What did you say?
I was just saying, yeah.
What, Holly? I missed the last like 20 seconds of what you said, and then Holly's face looked like what?
Well, I was just thinking about all like the places that I've lived, and I've lived on a first floor apartment. And anyway, I went inside my head for a minute.
Lots of things happen. I said that you said that you could still like get killed in an apartment, but like, can you on the 5th or the 10th or the 12th
Like, are
floor?
they scaling the wall?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but they can still get into your apartment. Like,
That's anywhere though.
never feel safe.
I feel like in a first floor apartment, you're more likely to.
You need to address
Easier
that in
access.
therapy. Okay, can you address that?
What? Never feeling safe?
Yes.
Someone's always gonna kill you.
Yes, because that's not normal.
That's what member soul worker Stacy said about our past lives, that I've been murdered in lots of past lives, and that's why I'm so interested in the macabre, those type of things, because I'm trying to like wrap my brain around why.
Yeah.
And that's why I always feel like someone's gonna murder me, is because I have been murdered in previous
You
lives.
done been murdered.
But you love horror movies.
That's because I'm trying to like rationalize and understand.
There is that is an actual, it's called reenactment. So it's an actual psychological thing that happens when you experience trauma, not all trauma, but, and it's not for everybody because everybody's clearly individually different, but it's a thing where if one experiences trauma, it's a possibility that they even, and especially unconsciously, subconsciously, search out situations that are similar because your brain is trying to make sense of it and trying to do it again with a different outcome. So, and sometimes even like it doesn't recognize that it's doing it, obviously, because this is why you have to talk about your trauma, because otherwise it stays with you and your unconscious, your subconscious mind still carries it, even if your conscious brain doesn't know it's there.
Right.
And so just for an example that is a good one that I read about, like, let's say, a young girl has a physically abusive father, like hits her or beats her or whatever, will sometimes end up with an abusive husband, not only because that's what she's used to, but it's like her subconscious trying to be like, I can do this and I'm going to fix it this time. But your brain doesn't know how to.
Right.
It's your conscious brain that's trying to like learn stuff. But anyway, I just find this fascinating. So yes, that's why you like horror stuff.
100%. Because I mean, like, there's nothing from my life. I mean, like, there are some moments, of things of violence that I saw, but it wasn't against me.
It's still traumatic for you.
Right, 100%. But like, it was never to that extent.
Right.
Into that extent. And so that's why when Stacy said that, years ago, to me, I felt like that was like so that makes a little bit more sense. And then also I think not the sun sign, but was the moon sign.
That's sort of, the moon sign is kind of your emotional personality.
I think when we looked up mine said that like I'm more interested in the macabre and the dark
Do you
side
remember
of
what it
things.
was?
I don't remember, unfortunately. I just remember that. Oh, I remember that point, and then that I can stand hot water longer than most people. And those are two things that, my friends always make fun of me about, is that I always like to watch dark stuff, and that when there's a hot tub around, I'm like, crank it up.
I can't lay out in the sun either. It's too hot.
Maybe hot.
Hot.
Would you rather save your best friend's life if it meant 5 strangers would die?
I hate these.
Or save 5 strangers if it meant sacrificing your best friend?
This is terrible.
Okay, hold on.
Terrible.
Both of you always say this. This is what would you rather. It's not going to be would you rather have
cheeseburger
or would you rather have waffles?
I like that one. I can tell you which one I want.
Would you rather have syrup?
Would you rather have hot dogs or bratwurst?
I can tell you why I want brats.
Holly, who you saving?
Yeah, Holly.
I'm sorry. I'm just basically going, if it's 5, like it's one thing if it's Society, like Knock at the Cabin or Knock at the Woods or whatever, the one that came out with M. Night Shyamalan last year.
Yes.
I didn't see that one.
That one was really good.
I
really
wanted to.
good.
Yeah.
I forget about things that I want to see. I forget about them and then they go into the ether. Okay, so it's called Knock.
Oh, Laura Top Life said, a Knock at the Cabin. That's what it's called. Really good movie.
Okay.
I'm sorry. If it's 5 strangers that I don't know, I'm saving my best friend.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, I would too.
I don't see the other way. Like, I would like to hear somebody else's rationale.
Altruistically, like you look at it like this: it's 5 lives versus 1 life.
Right.
So how are you condemning 5 lives as opposed to only 1? And that's probably the altruistic crux of the thing. But I have a feeling most people would save their best friend because you know and love them, and death is always horrific, but it affects you more when you know the person, obviously.
That's why it's like a little unbalanced because we care for one side more than the other.
Yeah, but I guess they want you to think like, but who are the 5? What if it's a mother? And what if it's a businessman that's curing cancer?
Yes.
No,
if
but
you add those details, then it makes it a little spicier. Like one of the strangers will cure cancer. One of the strangers will, etc. A, B, and C. You know,
but that's the thing. They're not going. So they're just like, let's just like the Knock at the Cabin. You know, they just say this many people will die if you don't sacrifice this person. But you don't know who. It's like, what do you value? And so that says a little bit something about you, maybe. Because what if they say it's a drug addict over someone who's going to cure cancer? Are you just going to toss aside the drug addict?
Yeah, and how can you? Because you don't know what does that drug addict mean to someone else that could set up a chain reaction. Everyone's life is valuable.
100%
is the point.
Right. And just gruesome fact.
Oh,
I just looked up just because I was curious. When I think Kelvin, you said how many people die a day. 150,000 people die a day around the globe.
150,000. I actually would have thought it was more.
Yeah, it says how many people die each day. World death rate. Deaths per hour 6,930. Deaths per minute 116.
Jeez.
So put that into perspective.
Well, I am feeling a bit gruesome and macabre myself.
Wait, this one is gonna clear the air before we're done.
Good, because I already think about death a lot, so I don't want to have to think about it even more while I'm on a plane. Thank you.
Oh, Holly. Producer Kelvin,
yes.
You watching and listening, would you rather clean a toilet with your toothbrush or a floor with your tongue?
Okay, but the rules are you can't replace your toothbrush, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously like,
Clearly.
toothbrush.
Would you rather clean a toilet with your toothbrush or a floor with your tongue?
I
want to know
either way.
what
It's bad either
floor.
way.
I think I know. I think I know.
So I'm going to assume that if it's my apartment,
Nah, man, you be having some afters. Who knows what happens in them toilets?
Yeah.
You know what?
no.
I would lick the floor.
Me too.
I would lick the
Really?
floor.
Me too.
Yes, because you just do a couple swipes and then you.
Yeah.
Nobody said you to swallow it. Like you just spit it out and you just keep going.
And nobody's peeing and pooping on the
Well,
floor.
True, but you could have tracked it in on your shoe. But let's pretend you didn't.
Oh, if you have a dog.
I don't.
I do.
Kelvin, you got a dog and a
And
cat.
a cat. No, the
Oh,
cat's
that's a lot
clean
of
though.
that's a lot of fur though.
But a toilet is gross.
Yes, I don't
people
want that.
Vomit. They poop. They diarrhea.
Well, and then here's the thing that I've always, since I'm like a little bit of a clean freak, that like when I clean the toilet, people don't realize that, yeah, you can clean like the bowl, but do you clean like up in around it? Because up there, when you take your toilet bowl cleaner, like with a little fold where the water comes down at the top,
Mhm.
it's probably black caked on poop and mold and stuff. So you have to like get up there.
You do.
Yeah, you do. And by
Mhm.
the way, here's a fun fact because I did a bathroom remodel this year. One of the reasons your toilet might be slow to refill, like if you flush your toilet and it's slow to refill, those holes might be clogged with all that shit that he just said.
Literal shit.
I have a new
You-
toilet though,
Oh.
so it's super clean.
Do you have one that you push the buttons on the top, or is it still just a regular flusher?
No, I specifically didn't want that kind because a lot of them are that kind now. And almost every toilet that I've come across in the wild that have those upper push buttons, they look like they're coming apart, or it's like they don't push down all the way. Something. I'm like, I feel like these break easier, so I went with the classic handle.
So right now, you would, with the toilet that you have, you would rather clean it with your toothbrush than lick the floor at this very moment.
I don't know the last time I cleaned it, but it
When-
is cleaner than
How often do
anybody.
you clean your toilets, Holly?
Choose.
Well, I mean, I have a cleaning service that comes once a month.
Okay.
And I would say I do it once in between. So I think I'm cleaning it every 2 weeks. But it only takes one.
So
Takes one explosive morning.
you're using your toothbrush.
No, I still lick. I'll still lick the floor.
Kelvin, and you licking the floor?
I'm like, oh no, oh yes, I am. I am.
No, yes,
I mean, I'm gonna hope that if it's in the kitchen, at least there's some like chips that have fallen down, so there's a little bit of deliciousness down there, as opposed to accidentally licking some poop off of your damn toilet.
This was really an unpleasant situation. The whole thing.
Like I said, Holly, you said you wanted to. Would you rather? This fun.
Was that or your walk?
Oh, you didn't bring it.
We'll do the next one. The next one, Friday.
Listen, you're here on Friday, so we'll do it Friday in person.
I don't want to do it anymore. Let's take it away. Take it away. We'll do pancakes versus waffles. That's what we'll do.
Would you rather have McDonald's or Burger King?
And why?
Actually, that's a good question. All right,
That is.
Holly, what is all your social media?
Radio Holly, all the places, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, X, whatever.
Producer Kelvin.
TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at Kelvin Live. And if you're on PlayStation, DM me so we can play together. I finally got online. I finally know how to do it online. It took me a long time.
And what's your name on there?
Bussy Killer without the U.
Mine is Miguel Fuller. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, on Be Real, which I absolutely love, and on Peloton if you have one. All right, we'll see you all on Friday.
Miguel and Holly Uncensored.
Catch it on the iHeart